and welcome back to another round of super sentences. Today we're going to be taking our regular sentences and turning them into super sentences by using adjectives and interesting words. Let's get started. So, first of all, what are super sentences? A super sentence is when you take a regular sentence and add some interesting language features, then it becomes super. Now, the first thing that we're going to look at today are adjectives. Adjectives are describing words, and they describe the noun. And as you'll already know, a noun is a name of a place or a thing or a person. So we can use these adjectives or describing words to describe those nouns. On the screen, I've got a few examples. I've got the beautiful sunset, the vibrant ocean, the evergreen trees. So there are 3 sentences there. In each sentence, there is one adjective. So now that we know that an adjective is a describing word, have a look at the screen and see if you can figure out which word in each sentence is the adjective. You can pause the video if you need to. Alright, now you've had some time to think about which word you think is the adjective in each sentence. Let's have a look how you did. So, in the first one, we've got the beautiful sunset. Beautiful is a describing word, so that's the adjective. In the next one, we have the vibrant ocean. Now, does anyone know what the word vibrant means? Yes, you're right. Vibrant means bright. So we've got the bright or the vibrant ocean. So vibrant is the adjective in that sentence. And our last sentence is the evergreen trees. You got it. The adjective in that sentence is evergreen. And it's describing those trees as always being green. Well done. Let's see if we can do the next ones. Alright, so again we know that an adjective is a describing word. I've got 4 sentences here. I want you to pause the video, have a read of all 4 sentences and see if you can figure out which word in each sentence are the adjectives. Off you go! Okay, I hope you've used the pictures around the sentences as well to help you out. Let's see how you did with finding those adjectives. The first sentence, the fluffy cat. Fluffy is the adjective. Second sentence, the soft dog. Soft is the describing word, so that is the adjective. The third sentence, the loud music. Loud is describing the music, so loud is the adjective. And hopefully you picked up on this one. I sneakily put 2 adjectives in this sentence. So we've got the plump and squishy limes. Now that came to my mind because I was looking out the window and I can see some beautiful lime trees. So I thought I'd do a sentence about limes. So the words that are the adjectives in that sentence are plump, which means nice and fat, and squishy, which you know what squishy means. Alright, let's move on to our next language feature. I talked about using interesting words. A way that we can use interesting words is by using synonyms. Now I know this sounds a lot like the word cinnamon, which we put in our food, but we're not doing any cooking today. Maybe in another video. So synonyms is how we can use interesting words because a synonym is when a word means the same thing as another word, but it is a different word. I've got examples for you here. Instead of the word walk, you could use the synonym stroll. As you can see, walk and stroll mean the same thing, but saying the word stroll just makes it a little bit more interesting. And the next one, instead of swim, you could use the synonym glide. It paints a better picture in our head of what the swimmer is doing. The third one, instead of good, we always use the word good in our writing. We can use an even more interesting synonym of fantastic. Maybe you've got some other fantastic synonyms that you could use instead of good. And instead of bad, we could use the synonym awful. Again, they mean the same thing, but awful just paints a better picture in our heads. And the last one, instead of hungry, you could use the synonym of peckish. I quite like that word. It just makes my writing or even my speaking just that little bit more interesting. Right, your next activity. I want you to pause the video here, and all these words we've got run, pretty, blue, sad, and mad. They're all words that make sense in a sentence, but I think you could find some synonyms which are more interesting words of these words. So pause the video here and see if you can find a synonym. You can find as many synonyms as you like for these words. Maybe you already know them in your head, or you could use something called a thesaurus. I find those very helpful. Or maybe other people in your family or the people that you are with can help you find these synonym words. Off you go. Okay, hopefully you've been able to come up with some synonyms for those words. As you can see up on the screen, I've chosen some synonyms for these words. Have a listen. Instead of run, I chose the word sprint. Instead of pretty, I chose the word lovely. I could have chosen beautiful as well. Instead of blue, I used the word sapphire. I think that paints such a nice picture. Instead of sad, I used the word sorrowful. And instead of mad, I used the word enraged. So that really paints a great picture in my head. So I really wonder what words and synonyms you guys found. Okay, now we know about adjectives and synonyms. Those are the two things that we're going to use in our super sentences. So together, we're going to transform this regular sentence into a super sentence. The regular sentence is, the cat slept. And look at that fluffy cat. He looks so relaxed on that beanbag chair. Let's see how we can turn that sentence into a super sentence. Firstly, I'm going to add an adjective to describe the cat. And looking at the picture, he's very fluffy. So I'm going to use the adjective of fluffy. So now my sentence is, the fluffy cat slept. Now I'm going to use a synonym to change the word slept to see if I can find a more interesting word. So I turned the word slept into snoozed. I quite like that word as well. So going from the cat slept, we added the adjective and the synonym, and now we've got the fluffy cat snoozed. I wonder if you guys could think of any other adjectives or synonyms to describe this cute and fluffy cat here. Alright, let's see if we can have a go at our next sentence. We have got, the turtle swam through the water. And you can see in the picture down there, he looks pretty happy swimming in the water. Now let's see if we can make that into a super sentence using adjectives and synonyms. You got it. So for the first one, I'm going to add an adjective. There are two nouns in this sentence. The nouns are turtle and water. I could use an adjective for both, but I'm just going to use an adjective to describe the water. So I turned it into, the turtle swam through the tranquil water. Now you might be wondering, what does tranquil mean? Well, tranquil means nice and calm and peaceful. Looking at that photo, the water looks really calm, so I used the adjective of tranquil. Now I'm going to add my synonym. I've turned the word swam into the word glided because it paints a nice picture of what that turtle is doing. So by using my adjective and my synonym, the regular sentence was turned into, the turtle glided through the tranquil water. Ah, paints such a lovely picture. Now I know that you guys are going to be incredible at turning these regular sentences into super sentences. I have a few examples for you here. So for each example, I want you to pause the video on the screen and see if you can add adjectives and synonyms to turn them into super sentences. You can do it by yourself, or you can have other people around you that can help you as well. Good luck. Okay, how did you go with turning your regular sentences into super sentences? I bet you did an amazing job. Maybe you could shout one of them really loudly to me. Ah, fantastic. Well done, guys. Now remember, there are lots of other videos on the Touring Teacher channel that can help you with your distance learning or learning from home. And I hope you go and have a look at those right away, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!